Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and we're back again with another book review for you. And this is a book that we've all been waiting for. Now Jess has started as usual, beginning of all the videos. So basically, if you remember a few weeks ago, if you haven't seen it, go back and have a look. I reviewed this. This is the Wingleader Photo Archive number 5 by Richard Alexander. Richard Alexander was the main man, he was the big boy, the big man, the big manager at Wings. And this is basically the Avro Lancaster Mark 1 and 3, the early production batches 41 to 43. And this, I have said it when I reviewed it, and I've said it many times since, if you want to build an early Lanc, I believe this is your best bit of reference material. It's bloody awesome. If you want to get it, it's only £20. And there's the ISBN number there. Okay, and I would suggest getting it from these guys, wingleader.co.uk. And the reason I say that is they send me the books to review, which is very good of them. Thank you very much, Mr. Postlethwaite. But basically what's happened is you buy the book from them, it comes directly from their publishers, so it's kind of straight off the press in a parcel and sent to you. And as you can see, this one, it's absolutely perfect. It comes in a sealed what do you call them, bubble, you know, the bubble bags, comes in one of them. And then in a stiff cardboard sleeve, and sometimes with a piece of cardboard inside it, if it's a thinner book. And then that cardboard sleeve is sealed up, and you have the sort of tear strip to open it, and then that in turn is in a grey plastic bag which is folded over and sealed. So basically your book is going to arrive in perfect condition. If you get it from another distributor, it's gone from hand to hand to hand to hand, so you get it straight from them. It's the retail price is 20 quid, you may as well. This is number 15. This is the latest in their Wingleader Photo Archive, and this is by Mark Postlethwaite, who is the main man, I believe, or one of the main men at Wingleader, and he has won all sorts of stuff for his knowledge in RAF aircraft. And this is now late production batches 43 to 45, but do note please, it's Avro Lancaster Mark 1 and 3, so this ain't going to cover your Mark 7s like Jess Janes, or any of your Dam Buster specials, or you know, your Mark 10s from Canada. It's just the Mark 1 and Mark 3 late production batches. Okay, so that's what this book is all about, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I've had a very quick flick through it. I haven't had a proper read because late Lancs aren't really my thing. I'm into the early stuff at the moment, but this will be very handy for doing my WSY, which is I'm building the Hong Kong models kit as that. But you can see here it's still £20, hasn't gone up. That's where to get it from, wingleader.co.uk, and there is your ISBN number there, you can see. So there we go. So let's have a look at this book as we usually do. We'll go through page by page. We won't just flick through and say this is what I think of it. I'll show you what it's like. I'm not going to tell you what I think of it because who cares what I think of it. It's a lovely, lovely book. You can see here we've got the intro with some beautiful pictures. Some of the photographs here I've never seen before. They're absolutely awesome. And it's talking all about the, you know, all about the company, who's actually made the book and everything. And there's a little message there from Mark Postlethwaite as well. So really, really good. The Avro Lancaster Mark 1, Mark 3 late production batches 43 to 45. Mark Postlethwaite, and a beautiful picture there of PGS. That is a lovely image, isn't it? People tell you that planes were glossy. No, they weren't. So here we've got a chart. This is the chart that will go along with in the earlier book. There's a similar chart in here. If I was prepared, I would have marked it. But there is a chart in here. There you go. So there's your chart. On this book, it's going from 41 up to December 43. And this one sort of picks up from October 42. So there's kind of a bit of an overlap. But on here you can see these are production batches. Okay, so they're the production batches for the early Lancs, and then you've got the production batches there for the later Lancs, starting with HK, funnily enough, and ended up at SW. So there we go. And remember, they didn't actually make, you will see sort of, you know, LM740, LL740 to LM296. There may have only been 150 aircraft in that batch, and the reason they did that was so if the Germans spotted them, or they captured them, or they were shot down or whatever, you know, if one week they got LL746 and the next week they got LM201, they'd be thinking, Christ, they've built 200 of these aircraft in this amount of time, you know, bloody hell. So that's why they did it. So they skipped numbers to make it look like they had more aircraft than they really did. So here we go, you can see the production at Woodford there, and all the noses there are all lined up. all with the turret glazing all masked up and everything. And you can see how they painted in the area there underneath the canopy before the rest of the aircraft was painted. Also note, you can see on these later Lancs the windows have gone. We've lost all the windows now, other than the wireless operator's windows, one each side. All the other glazing is gone. So because it was getting painted over, it wasn't worth having. So here we can see, this is what I love about these books. It's not just, this is what I would have, this is the comparison. If you remember in the older book, we also had the comparison, what you'll never see on a pre-44 Lanc. And this is basically, we got Admiral Prune 2 here. So you can see it's got the early pitot tube, it's got the early nose blister, we've got the window there, we've got the aerial coming out the side, we've got the early prop blades, you know, and here you can see all the later features added on. So really interesting stuff, good to see, which is really nice. And then over the page here, all about window, you can see the window in the sky there, which is basically just bits of foil they threw out the plane, and it confused the radar on the German night fighters and everything. But you can see there's a crew with their dog, and you can see there's the box. In the Hong Kong kit, you get that as a piece of photo etch. In the Wingnut Wings border model kit, you get that as a moulding, and it's much nicer because although photo etch is nice, it's a bit sort of, I don't think it makes that very accurately. I could be wrong, but we shall see. But I'll be putting that on my WSY. I think WSY would have had it. So here we can see we've got the early bomb aimers window, and we've got the early pitot tube there as well. So there we go. And then going over the page, bulge bomb bay doors. So they had bulge bomb bay doors, just telling you all about it down here. And you can see here they've got the lower turret in, which it wasn't like an American ball turret. The actual gunner sat inside the aircraft, controlling it remotely. Here we can see an aircraft on its undercarriage being maintained. So that's all very, very nice if you want to do a diorama of that aircraft. For some reason they got one swastika there and then a load of bombs. So obviously that means they probably shot down a fighter. So this is your initial batch. This is HK535 to HK806. You can see here 200 Lancaster Mark 1s, HK535 to HK806. So, you know, it should be 735, but they miss a few out to make it like they're making more than they really are. So a nice aerial shot there, and underside shot. And you can see here these bulged bomb bay doors, and that's why they're like a fairing for the gun. You can see here we've got the bulged bomb bay doors, and here we've got the later pitot tube, no, the early pitot tubes I think he's talking about there. But yeah, Bay 44 with the early position pitot tube. Once again, JN codes have covered the HK part of the original serial number, so they've actually written the JN there, and then they've actually rewritten the HK over the numbers there. Lovely shot there. And here you can see all the I've got a feeling that's probably going to say it in here, but this is all the writing that people wrote on them. That's good English, Nige. Wrote on them when they were being brought back from France. So you know, Tuddenham taxi service, all night service. So they were bringing all the troops back to home in the Lancasters. So you can see that, and then another lovely image there of the of another late Lanc. Absolutely gorgeous. More black and white, beautiful images here. We've got the trolley there on the wheels that almost falling over. And here we can see H2S is starting to appear on a lot of them as well. And that's an A20 there, isn't it? A20 Havoc, isn't that? Yeah, it's an A20 US Air Force A20 at Mount Farm. Lovely image here. What's that circle? It's saying it's got a yellow arrow. It carries another patch. Oh, so this is I think there's a whole chapter on this, on the patches. A large circular patch, yellow gas detection device that was carried by many Group 1 group aircraft. Interesting, unusually it carries another patch on the rear entrance door. This aircraft was shot down shortly after this photo was taken on 1st of July 44. Note the overpainted AR codes of 460 in the inset photo. So yeah, you can see there's the AR in painted out. And then we've got that aircraft, that's actually their aircraft there. So if you want to make that one, you can do those painted out codes. That adds a bit of interest, and you'll have the door on the yellow circle on the door, something to talk about when you're at a model show. So yeah, gas detection patches on both nose and door. One landing light, over painted AR codes. One landing light. That's interesting. I never did that. I wonder if they have one landing light. If where the other light was, I wonder if it's the inner or the outer one that retains. And I wonder if they patch over the old where the light was, or if it's actually was never cut in the first place. Something else for me to find out. God almighty, it just never ends, does it? it's like they say, you know, they stopped using, they deleted the cable cutters from a certain period. I think it was in late 43. But did they take them off all the other aircraft, or did they just stop the production aircraft? You know, what do they do? So yeah, this is all about gas detection patches. Now you can see one there, you can see one there, and then here, this is where the bomb aimers window, when they change to the oval bomb aimers window, if you've got the border models kit, by the way, you need to cut away plastic for that, so be careful before you start your kit. I will talk about that in another video about the instructions. Yeah, they actually put like a cupola in there so that the bomb aimer could put his head in and look backwards, and then they then decided to get rid of it straight away. So here we go to the page. You've got a squadron there with another aircraft, open door there. Again, you can see you've got no windows, windowless fuselages. Here we go, no more aircraft. LL966 of 630 Squadron, summer 44. Daylight fin markings, black stripe on red. Codes outlined in yellow, unpainted wheel hubs. This is great, all this information. You've got the Z equipment rings in the bomb aimer's blister, or Z equipment, whatever you want to call it. No fuselage windows, paddle blade props. All that really good, interesting stuff. And that there is showing you the IFF antenna, I think. Above right, yeah, the old IFF antenna wire running from the fin to the fuselage. Okay, it's saying that they were repurposed, possibly repurposed. Here we can see, looks like black flap internals there. Just noticed that one. They don't look very green to me. They look quite black. So, here we go. G, we're talking about G now. Here's another Lancaster little shot up. This is an earlier one, it's got windows. It's not an early one, but it's you can see LM326. So now we've got windows, you see. Now we've gone, this is October 42 to October 44. So it was a massive long order. So that's why you'll see some early Lancs in that batch. I've got the windows. Here you can see where the cable cutters were, or the cable cutters are, should you say. Beautiful picture there. This is talking about all the scoops. If you want to read all about that and you don't want to get the book, if you go to the Wingnut Wings, or put Wingnut Wings Lancaster in Google, and it will take you to this, and you can read all about it. It says in there about, you know, you can see one scoop is actually sort of like a swan neck, and one is just like a flat scoop. Aerials, all the different aerials we've got here. Beautiful forward-looking shot there, or back-looking shot, probably from a tail gunner. More Woodford pictures. Now this is Yeadon, circa February 43. So first fuselage to be fitted with H2S. H2S and fish pond. So you can see the H2S in there. Remember, this is Perspex, and the back of it would have been painted just like that. So somebody did comment on the border models kit, they've got ejector pin marks in the H2S canopy. Well, it doesn't matter because it's painted black in that area. There's one there, one there, one there, I think it is. Or one there and one there, one. There's 3 ejector pin marks, but it doesn't matter because they're going to get painted over. So here you can see the system set up there. Here we've got an engine. You can see here there's the frame without the H2S system there. That's the frame ready for it to go in. It's obviously an aircraft being built because there's a lady stood there putting something together, and there's a man down there. Looks like she's sat on his shoulders. I don't know, whatever he's doing. You've got a couple of guys here maintaining this aircraft. This is Edith, and then we've got one here with the nose all covered up. It's covered up because it's winter. So there you go, you can see no windows in that one. Again, looks like black flap internals here. It's one that, you know, it's one that people talk about. Mark, who's a very, very knowledgeable guy on the Lancaster, swears blind that the flap internals were green. I swear blind they were black, but I'm still, you know, I'll still be corrected. Shouldn't have to be. Some more lovely images there of the Rose turret. So this is when they changed to the 50 cals. You see a guy there hanging out. And either that or he's practicing his escape techniques. So we've got a squadron there in front of their aircraft. Beautiful pictures. We can see here stood on a hard standing, so they never really never hang around in the mud, that squadron anyway. So be wary of that when you're doing your It's very strange. That's got treaded tyres. This must be very late. That's got treaded tyres on there. So November 43 to June 44 now. So we've got ARJ2. And then they're holding up some kind of, they've got a DSO on its 100th op. 11th of March 45. And that is ME76 ASR2 of 166 Squadron. Here's a lovely picture of a weathered night. You can see all the dirt and stuff on the tyres, all the white staining from the petrol. You've got the marks on the tyres to show that the tyre and the wheel haven't sort of come unstuck. So here we're talking about this actual aircraft there, which is that one there, I'm guessing. Yes, it is. So Merlin 24 engines, no windows, early pitot tube, painted wheel hubs, monocoque aerial, all that. So whoa, Bessie. This guy, the pilot's there, got his thumbs up. Over the page here, more, we've got ME844 to 15 Squadron in June 44, code LSC, and another one down here, LSW. And then this batch here, December 43 to May 44, 600 Lancasters in that batch. So lots and lots in there. Another crew with their, not sure if that looks like ground crew, doesn't it? With their Lancaster looking all proud and everything. And then we've got the, there's one there that's been sunk in a lake in Sweden, I believe. It stayed there for 10 years apparently before they salvaged it. And you can see the nose cone in there. They started to cover up the nose turrets because they were useless at night apparently. And then we've got more images here. Here you can see one actually stood in a field. There's one on a hard standing. And we've got Rebecca. So this is the his antenna up here. Rebecca, that was a certain type of radio. Beautiful image there of one climbing into the sky. And you can see the H2S on there. You've got the later trailing aerial position there. No shrouds on the exhausts. No bulge blister in the side. Late large blister for the front, for the nose, and you've got the Z equipment in there as well. Looks like it hasn't got any guns in the nose turret. So very interesting. Another one here, beautiful picture, that one, isn't it? It's a beautiful angle of a Lancaster from just under. You can see there she's got the antenna underneath, the H2S. Again, no exhaust shrouds. It looks like it doesn't have any nose guns, and it has the Z on the large blister. Now we're getting very late now, March 44 to February 45. And then 748 with the crew, and they've got a little puppy there, little dog. And here's another one all covered up for the winter. And now we're starting to see this this white scheme, which was the Far East scheme, which is very, very nice indeed. Again, you can see no side blister. It looks like no nose gun turrets, and sorry, nose guns in the turret, should I say. We've got the no exhaust shrouds. We've got the later turret there. It's been moved forward, I think, I'm not sure, and it's got no fairing on it. And then you've got the later rear turret as well. Nice picture there of the airfield with the control tower, whatever that is in the background. Still on the old turret, old fairing. Lovely view of the crew there. You can see how the canopy was painted there. That's a nice close up of that. Got another one of the Far East scheme there, a load of visitors looking at it by the look of it. More shots. PA964 to PD139, 755 Lancasters, bloody hell. And that was from AV Row at Chadderton. And we've got Boozer. Boozer was the code name for a vertically mounted aerial position above the rear turret, which detected when an enemy aircraft's aircraft radar was illuminating the bomber. First tried in 42, it was linked to two lamps in front of the pilot, which would light up when Boozer detected radar signals hitting the aircraft. Boozer was further developed with an additional downward-facing aerial to detect ground-based Würzburg radar signals as well. The lamps in the cockpit then displayed two different colours, yellow and red, depending upon whether it was detecting a fighter radar or ground-based radar. Bloody hell. Generally, Boozer didn't perform particularly well, and it was overtaken by devices such as visual moniker and village in, which helped the crews locate the approaching fighter, as well as detecting it, even if it wasn't using radar. You can see it there, sticking out the top. Never seen that before. So we've got another couple of images there of aircraft stood on the ground. So we've got Moniker Mark III, which is the visual moniker. So you can see that one's up on top of the turret. This one's on the sides of the tailplane by the look of it, or the fin should I say, and then you've got the one underneath the gun there. Monica Mark 5. You see a different Monica. I think I've seen that in the border models kit, something like that. I haven't seen that one though. You see we've got antenna on the wings there. This is all really late stuff now. OFJ, PB410, typical of a hard-working Lancaster in the summer autumn 44. Codes are outlined in yellow, repeated on the tailplane. We can see here there's one of Mark's images of it, with all the different features about the aircraft of it there, so you could accurately build that one if you want to. Some great photos here of the crews coming home, people coming home. Obviously very, very happy to be back on British soil. You've got a crew there of their aircraft. Welcome home in chalk on that one. More pictures of people coming home. More and more guys coming home. All really glad to be back. You see now that one there looks like it may well have green flaps. And then here we've got air-to-air refueling trials. This was post-war I think now. Oh no, it was in 44, blimey. I thought it was post-war. You see here there's the hose reel, got the massive fuel tank in the bomb bay. And now we're getting on to Tallboy. I did read here, there you go. Specials, all subsequent aircraft in this batch became B1 specials to carry this huge weapon and will be covered in a future book, so that'll be coming soon. So you can see here, this is a, is that a Tallboy or a Grand Slam? That's a Grand Slam, that's a Grand Slam. So there we go, we can see they're converted. They've still got the nose turret. Oh, that one's still got the mid-upper turret as well. All subsequent aircraft in this batch became B1 specials. At this point, the mid-upper turret and nose turrets were retained, but these will be removed to save weight on the following examples. The removal of the Rebecca aerials is interesting, however. So there we go. Pretty shot up and damaged Lancaster there, bloody hell. Here's showing the inspection window for the dinghy. Again, H2S, H2S, H2S. See it coming on more and more. And then we've got the another underside view there. Very nice. Very, very shot up Lancaster there. Another one there is crash landed by the look of it. It's all been shot up. There's the crew. Looks like they've all survived. Same here. Really interesting picture there with PP68 on the wings. I'm not sure what that's all about. 687 by the look of it. More shots. So we've got December 44 to April 45 now. There's 121 Mark 1s. And there's Margaret. You can see close-up images here. It's showing you all the different details and stuff, which is great to see. Colour image there with a, it looks like an Austin van there. QBV. I've got a feeling QBV is an option in one of the kits, isn't it? I've got a feeling. You can see the late tall dome there as well. There's RF141. This is showing this metal patch. I can't remember, I did read, you have to get the book if you want to know, but there's a little metal patch there. Here's one with a completely ferred in upper section. There was only 37 aircraft in that batch. Fitted with an experimental saddle tank and long-range navigation equipment to increase its range. In other experiment, the Lancasters operate the Far East against Japan. The extra tank badly affected the handling when full, so was not put into production. So it looks like that's the saddle tank there. And then we've got the Village Inn. So you've got this great big thing coming out of the bottom of the tail gun. And then we've got the Z equipment. You can see the blisters in there. You get this all accurately given to you in the border models kit. You get a sort of a fashion of it in the HK kit, but the border models one is much nicer. And here we can see the different upper turrets and the different rear turret there. That's beautiful in the white scheme. Very, very nice indeed. And that, my friends, is it. And that's the back cover there with more beautiful images. So as I say, if you are into Lancasters and you want to build anything which is what we would class as late, then this is the book for you. Or even if you want to build early, this could be the book for you, because it will show you what is late. So you'll know if there's something in here and you want to build an early light, then don't put it on there. Yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's the book there, Wingleader Photo Archive number 15 by Mark Postlethwaite, Avro Lancaster Mark 1 and 3, late production batches 43 to 45. As I said earlier, RRP is $19.95, which is a bargain. That's only a bit more than a packet of fags these days, isn't it? Not that I smoke, I don't know. But wingleader.co.uk is where you want to go to get it. And again, there's the ISBN number. So go get yourself a copy, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.